Let's see what happens here.
In 1989, the same year that Taylor Swift was born, the world met an even doughier-eyed girl whose songs got even more stuck in your head. The Little Mermaid.
That's a good comparison.
Travel under the sea to the whimsically fascist kingdom of Atlantica, where some fish are allowed to swim free, while others are forced to drag the ruling class around in their chariots or use their own bodies as instruments. And meet Ariel, a
Some are
half-naked
free.
15-year-old and confirmed hoarder. Follow along on her
Confirmed.
local fish out of water story as she falls in love with the human Prince Eric.
That's right.
Because he's hot.
He's very handsome, isn't he? He's so beautiful.
The only thing swimming in their way is the most clearly evil villain in the Disney
Clearly.
pantheon, Ursula.
They have that in the movie.
Sea witch.
No, she's a demon.
An old witch who keeps the tortured souls of her victims in her front yard, eats seafood, and hates Ariel's whole family. But none of that will stop Ariel from trading away her voice for a pair of legs and a 72-hour time limit to French a Stranger.
He is quite a cat.
French a
isn't he?
stranger.
Get swept up in a fantastical romance where love conquers all. If by love you mean acting like a clueless mute brat so an older guy will make out with you. And enjoy the vintage Disney classic with an equally vintage message for today's young girls. Look pretty.
You gotta look your best.
You look wonderful.
But without my voice, how can I?
You'll have your looks.
Surround yourself with friends who are dumber and fatter than you.
Oh, God.
Abandon your family to marry a guy you just met. And if you're not happy with the contract you signed without even reading, get your fiance to murder the person who outsmarted you. So strap on your
Oh, my
fins
God.
for the musical you can't help but sing along to, featuring songs like the Dumb Mermaid song,
I'm a dumb mermaid who doesn't know don't know what this
What?
is or that is either.
the obligatory villain song,
These boring bad guy songs, so bland.
I mean,
so bland.
this was a good
But to
one.
move the plot along, the villain has to have a song. But in the soundtrack, it gets skipped.
Oh, no.
the Shouldn't You Ask for
Is
Consent
that what
for
happened for real?
song,
Sing with me now. Sha-la-la-la-la, go for it, dude. The fish ring sit down.
Go for it, dude.
Pork the girl. Sha-la-la-la, why not raise the stakes to carpet match the dread? Then pork the
the
Carpet
Traumatize Your
match
Kids
the
song,
drapes.
Killing
God.
fish, killing fish. Yes, we show children this. Even though the heroes are all fish. Like if they made sushi of Nemo and Dory, you'd have something as messed up as these.
I guess that's
and the
true.
one we're about to get stuck in your head.
It's so catchy. It's so catchy. There's no escaping. These songs are amazing and so catchy.
I think Kiss the Girl is still my favorite, though.
Never get it out your head.
This one's iconic, but
Till you are dead. Even when you sleep, it plays on repeat. It's so catchy.
I think Kiss the Girl might be my favorite. The melody on that one is, I don't know, it's better to me.
Just pick up seashells. Also, don't be fat, but you'll ignore that. It's catchy.
Also, don't be fat.
Starring Cheesewell Seashells, White Aladdin, Nicki Minaj,
Okay.
Fish, the closest thing this movie has to a black person, Jack Gandalf, and Whining
The
Nemo,
closest thing.
The Little Waistline.
Oh, my God.
This movie would have played out way differently if her top half was a fish instead.
I think sometimes you watch these classics and you do overlook some stuff. I mean, a lot of it's being called out nowadays, which I think they did a good job of changing in the live action version. The live action version is actually very good. It came out today on Disney Plus, so if you haven't watched it yet, check it out. Today, September 6th, for whenever you're watching this video. But it was actually really good. And watching this, it kind of reminds me a little bit of, you know, some of the things that they did change in the live action version, but they changed it for the better. Some of the things they were talking about, they're like, oh, we changed this lyric, we did that. But it's like, it actually helped the story. It didn't like change it where it was like a bad situation. Like The Lion King, the live action version of that. This one, it actually worked out. But in this, again, it's still classic, but there are a lot of moments where it's like, oh, okay, like, yeah, she's just all about this guy, this stranger she doesn't even know. She's in love with him all of a sudden, love at first sight. That was a huge thing for Disney movies, of course. But yeah, a lot of it just didn't work or wouldn't work for today, technically. Even though they still do it, they just do it a little bit differently where it works. And actually, I think it's better received, to be honest. Now, because of some of the changes, it doesn't actually make sense for certain character decisions or character motivations to a point. But I'll talk about that in the versus reaction for the Little Mermaid live action pitch meeting versus honest trailer. You can check that out right now. It's actually a really good one. So check that out right now. It's right over here somewhere with one of these videos. Check those out. Let me know in the comments what you liked about this one. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care.